at all. It doesn't have the number of law enforcement officers that we anticipate on hiring. It doesn't have the salary amount in it at all. Definitely in favor of doing their hiring, but I just want to make sure that the information is incorporated into the resolution that we're going to be voting on, because we need to factor in the numbers in terms of the benefits, the salary. Just because someone's retiring, we can say, you know, they make, let's say we have 3 retirees and they get a total of $400,000, but then you start bringing in officers that are not taking the civil service test, and now you're at $500,000. We just want to make sure that the numbers are adding up, but definitely in favor of hiring more officers for sure.
So, Councilwoman, if I may, Council President?
Yes, sir.
So it's hard to, Councilwoman, it's hard to put it, first of all, the resolution as it's drafted, it's not required to include all of the information that you listed, number one. Number two, it's hard to incorporating numbers when you don't really know who or how many people you're going to hire. What this resolution does is it just affords the police department and the administration the opportunity, or another avenue. It avails the administration and police department with another avenue to actually get in candidates. So it's not going to, so the requirements or the other, so the other factors that you're asking to be listed would not be required to be listed, because again, this is just another avenue that's available to get people into the police department.
Any other questions from the council members? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Banana,
Yes.
Burstein,
Yes.
Hyatt,
Yes.
Joyner,
Yes.
Saxon,
Yes.
Rios,
Yes.
X.
Yes.
Motion carried.
One more. R24-082, appointing a memorandum of understanding between the Township of Hillside and Firefighter Mutual Benevolent Association, FMBA, local number 35. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions from the council members?
Just quickly, Council President,
Councilman First,
can we just go over what this is about and if we're in line with other townships as this is negotiating a contract for the fire?
Through the Council President, yes, Councilman Puristing, we've been negotiating since 2021. We eventually reached the point where we went to arbitration late last year, beginning of this year, and this is what we settled upon.
Are we backdating to 2021 or it's only the last few months?
Backdated to 2021. If you read on the second page, the last contract ended June 30th, 2021, so this picks up July 1st, 2021.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council members? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Banana,
Yes.
Burstein,
Yes.
Hyatt,
Yes.
Joyner,
Yes.
Saxon,
Yes.
Rios,
Yes.
X.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Do we have any, skipping over the new business right now, do we have any correspondence to be read? None? No communications. At this time, we'll open, can I get a motion to open the floor for public comments?
Mayor Barbara Rowan, 950 Westminster Avenue. So back to the bonding issues. Can you tell me what our total bonding?
You can't hear.
I need you to speak up.
Is that better? Hello? Hello? Is that better?
Yes. Repeat your name, please, and address.
Yeah. Mayor Barbara Rowan, 950 Westminster Avenue, Hillside.
Barbara
Rowan.
Rowan.
Right, the first ever elected mayor here in Hillside.
Oh, okay.
So,
What's your address?
950 Westminster Avenue.
Thank you.
Only been here for almost 40 years. So the first question was a continuing question about the bonding issues. What is our total outstanding debt right now in terms of bonds that even if they have, I know they've been approved, but what have we actually bonded, and what's the?
You want 24? The one dated.
23. It's dated 24.
Dated 24.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our current gross debt is $40,699,019.67.
And what's the debt service on that every year?
Uh,
How much do we pay in interest?
$1.1 million in principal, and the interest is, off the top of my head, about $700,000.
700,000?
700,000.
So $1.8 million of taxpayer money goes to debt service before we pay 1 penny to a policeman or fireman in this town. That's a lot of debt service to the town ourselves. Said there's a lot of debt service to the town ourselves. And a lot of burden for the taxpayer. So just tell me about where we are with the library. What is the total amount now we're trying to save?
I'm so sorry.
Now we're saying that we need to get more money for the library. What exactly are we planning? And why are we getting a library at a time when everything's going digital in the library services? A building, what is the building for? Just to put Patrice's name on it? Is that what we're doing? Because that's ridiculous. We don't need that money for a library. We have other things we can do. We really need to improve this township. You know, we have roads that are, look at the sinkhole. And Councilmember Hyatt is absolutely right. What if the state says, okay, we got a little bit of this done, but we're not gonna do anything else? Then what do we do? So we're allocating that, we're changing it over to the library, which again is totally worthless. We have a library. Our librarians, as I understand it, said they don't need any more room. They just need to update with the library where it is. So why are we doing this? Do we have a real reason why we're doing this? Except, again, somebody wants to put their name on the building. Really ridiculous. I do have a question about the bonding firm. Who's the bonding firm on this? What's the bonding firm?
Bonding firm?
Yeah, who's issued the debt?
We haven't issued any debt on this $4 million yet.
Well, no, but we already have, what, $40 million in outstanding bonds, right? So who's got the debt service? What bonding company is it?
Oh, you mean the purchasers of the bonds? I don't have the official statement with me. We have bonds.
You don't issue the bonds yourself. You have a company that issues the bond. It's a municipal bond. That's not the only part of my career on finance on Wall Street. So if somebody has issued these bonds, so who's issued the bonds? Who issued them? What's the name of the company?
The township sold the bonds. Are you asking who purchased the bonds, or?
No, you issue the bonds through a bonding company. Have you ever never done this before?
We use a financial advisor and we use bond counsel. So you refer to.
Okay, so who are those folks?
Well, in 2019, we used Phoenix Advisors as the bond counsel.
And where are they located?
They are located in Bordentown, New Jersey.
Where?
Bordentown, New Jersey. And in 2022, we used NW Financial to issue bonds.
And where are they located?
I want to say it's a caucus, but I'm probably wrong.
I'm going to check them out, see who they're associated with.
Thank you, your time is up.
I'm not finished.
Ma'am, your time is up.
Time is up. You can come back up if we have time. Allow.
More questions?
Okay.
Zip code is 327 Trinity Place. Good evening, everybody. I haven't been here in a while, so I have a question, Mr. Rios or Mr. Feuerstein, maybe you can answer this. Listening to everybody talk tonight, that sinkhole is not a question of if, it's when it's going to sink. I know a little bit about sinkholes. It's already sinking from the Liberty Avenue side. Now, according to Ms. Hyatt, that's a $15 million project. We're getting 5 from the state. That means we're going to be in the hole for 10. The library was $4 million we're getting, and it's a $12 million library. So 10 and 8 in my book is $18 million. Can either one of you that voted for this answer this question? How much is that going to cost the taxpayers on a yearly basis? That we're going to be an additional $18 million in debt. You voted yes.
Home value of $100,000 is $17. So this will cost the Hillside taxpayer, the library alone, will cost $17 per 100,000. So just multiply it out. For home is worth 200,000, 300,000. Just multiply it. So the question we're asking is it worth $17 a year additional to build a library, or 34, whatever the number is. Is it worth it to build a library? And it's not just for books, it's meeting rooms, it's computers for kids. Is that a worthwhile investment that we want to make? And the already $400,000. So yes, that's.
But if you add them together, you're paying interest on a higher. Today was my time limit for my Oprah request. Can I ask, don't we do Oprah requests anymore? Or they just go out the window?
Council President, we will look into it. We will give you a call tomorrow and let you know where the open request is.
They should have it in 7 days, right? It was a simple Oprah request. There should not have been additional time.
I received your Oprah request. It is due today. I'm not sure if you received it, but I sent an extension. I didn't get an answer.
Thank you.
I'll review your request.
You're gonna do something.
I beg your pardon?
Excuse me. Hi, how everybody doing? My name is Lorenzo Thompson. I've been in Hillside resident since 1968. Okay, with my family here. 1611 Bayview Avenue, Hillside, New Jersey. Okay. And look what I find. My research. Corruption. They're doing corruption. $1,000 a week. 48,000 a week, crook. What else? They're just doing fraud. All this bickering about money, how much they spend. I've been watching them in the middle of the night at reruns of their round table. I get to 1 second, okay? Because this been built up for a long time. So they get away with whatever. So someone asked him a question about the vendors. Who did you pay the money to for the vendors? You know what he said? As a professional, he said, somebody. So why would you answer something like that? You're supposed to be so professional, okay? Another thing, what else? A week. What else?
Council President, again, you need to be directed to deal with township business. This is not a personal forum. This is not a forum where we're going to
people need to know
personal grievance.
They need to know the wage and hours department.
Okay.
And I just got an attorney through the court the other day.
So I appreciate you coming up and sharing this with us, but I think we should probably wait till your court date to reveal most of the things that you're talking about here this evening.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys get that because my time is.
Let's be fair for our statements.
I want to address the library. A lot of emphasis was put on the library. A lot of emphasis was put on the library. I think it's a good thing to have a library, and I was told it was going to be multi-purpose. And we haven't had anything new built in Hillside since I've been here that I know of. And I don't see a problem by putting something up in our township that's new. Other than the school had the addition, we don't have anything other than new stoves maybe be putting up or something like that, but how about put something for us? The library will show that we are doing something. And plus, from what I was told, it's going to reflect on the veteran. As being a veteran with 100 and some veterans in Hillside, I think that would be a good honor also. So that's where I'm at with that. That's my sidekick.
My name is Joya Millette, 1434 Liberty Ave. My question is, in regards to the summer camp, I just want to know why the increase to $500. My son was in the summer camp last year for $300, and I really felt like that was a ripoff because they didn't really do anything. So that's question number one. And question number two is just a free light. Like, why can't we, as the Township of Hillside and the council, come together and just do a meet and greet in the summer? Know who our council is, know about our mayor, just know more about each other, because it seems like we only get to see everybody either at a council meeting or Board of Ed will do something, the council don't come, or the township does something, and the Board of Ed is not together. I just feel like we just need to come together as a community, that's all.
Thank you.
Anthony Salters, 528 Chapman Street. Sinkhole. I'm not here to talk about we should have a library. I don't want my comments to be trivialized or dumbed down on whether he wants the library or not. I'm not here for that. What I'm saying is that the library is in the first ward. Everyone who voted yes to take the money from the sinkhole to the library, nobody lives in the first ward.
I think you meant the
Second ward.
sinkhole is in the first ward.
The sinkhole's the first ward, I'm sorry. The sinkhole's in the first ward, but everyone who voted yes to take the money from the sinkhole, nobody lives in the first ward or around the sinkhole. It's been a problem since last April, sinkhole break in Hoboken, and they fix it faster than this. So where's the expertise to help us deal with this problem? It's a major problem. Last April, it was one sinkhole, now it's 3. So everyone who says, including our CFO tonight, it's not an emergency, not one person who says that lives in Hillside. Not one. So when we had the swearing in back in January, and everyone was saying we got to do better, we got to have smarter government, I ask you, taking money from the sinkhole tonight, that's smarter government. And if not, why did you vote for it? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. And I'm going to say something about the, okay. I'm going to, all right.
Alina Mitchell.
1431 Maple Avenue. Thank you. Yeah, I've been listening to this, and it does not make any sense at all. Why we would take money, that sinkhole, and I mean Ramsey Avenue, I've been in meetings and meetings and meetings, and prior to the sinkhole, they were having all kinds of problems over there. And these are things that our administration should be addressing. I mean, we want a library, mind you. We definitely want the library. I mean, it's not a necessity like that sinkhole. So we definitely, that should never have been done. And now you're gonna have to bond for money again for the sinkhole. So what do you tell them? Oh, I spent it on something else. That we don't. All right. And the other thing is, I was looking at the thing for getting police officers, not having to take the civil service test. Believe me, thank God they're cities who know what they're doing. Because without civil service, we would have a lot of people in places where they have no business and they have no idea what they're doing. When officials get elected, it's not because you know what you're doing, you just had enough people to vote for you. So I think they said some businesses may have gone out of business because of that. And how is that making this town friendly to businesses?
And economic development.
Good afternoon. My name is Shalia White. I live at 1439 Hiawatha Ave for over 20-something years, and I'm like the veteran over there. They haven't done anything. So as far as that sinkhole in the back, it didn't just come. It's been coming for a long time, and they haven't paid attention. Now that somebody wants to start fixing something up, it's a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Because we, the taxpayers, need to know that, like you say, the streets are safe. I feel sorry for the people on Ramsey Avenue. I hope they fix the sinkhole. And I believe that if the state is fixing the sinkhole, they should do, every state has done a job. Because this is the state of New Jersey. So when they fix something, they should do it right. And I don't care if it go 50 feet. Fix 50 feet. State. I'm just saying, because I am so sick and tired of all this crazy stuff that's going on. Need a place to be. You know, the United States have done, not only Hillside, all over, giving up on the veterans. I'm not giving up on them because my baby is a veteran. And I'm going to stand for them. And I hope that you all just come together as a council and know that we have a voice, the people, we. So they're coming out to speak on behalf of what we want and what we need in our town. You go to other towns, like Liberty Avenue should be full of all kind of entertainment stores where we can walk down the street, have concerts. You know, they're not doing any of it. Long as you have that house, you're going to pay taxes. I'm retired, I got a house, and I'm pay my taxes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm just going to sit down because I'll be uptight when I get ready. And we need to come together in Hillside. Because Hillside is failing the people of Hillside. Okay? Not the council.
Hi everyone. I just got braces today. Anaya Parks, 1514 Highland Ave, Red Street. So I just wanted to ask, 17. So for how long though? How long? Yeah. How
My
long?
understanding is once it's $16, it's every year.
Every year. Okay. So that library's been like that since 2006, 2007, and it's been a problem for years. So why do it now? It should have back then. It's still the same. Even with the whole leakage, when it comes to, let's say, the door over there by the police station, kids can see that. So it should have been fixed, right? So I'm starting to pay my grandma taxes. She's retired, so you gotta think about senior citizens too that can afford it each year, right? So I think like it should be a budget. You know, look at the library too. It doesn't take 12 million to fix a library at all. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But that's just a proposal for me. Okay?
So it's quick, it's not a fix, it's a brand new library.
Where you gonna put it at? What event space? The old cleaners? Oh.
Stay on this side of the street.
Right
in front of the building, walk to your right.
Where the parking lot? Right across.
That big space right by the parking lot is. Going towards Sampson.
Yeah, I understand that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to visualize it. So what are you gonna put in that building if you hypothetically move the library over there?
Expand the police department.
Okay.
So we can, I'll show you right after this tour, I'll show you everything.
I'm just looking out for me because I'm taking over more. Work together. I know everybody, you know, got their own stuff, but I feel like it can happen if you don't take money out. So working with different budgets. You don't have to take money out of some things and pick something else. You go home, rebrand it, revise it, and so forth. That's it. I have my comment.
No, it's a short one. Hi, Crystal Page, 1608 Clinton Place. Crystal Page, 1608 Clinton Place. I just wanted to go back on what the young lady said about the community center and the summer program. I brought my grandbaby there because I've heard, you know, of good things about it. And she really, really loved it. And I really loved the program at the end and let the parents see exactly what was going on. For the young lady to say that it wasn't worth the money, and it was worth that money. And I'm very grateful that my daughter, my grandbaby, was able to attend. So that's really what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Some of the questions have already been answered, which is helpful.
Can you put that mic down?
Yes. Some of the questions, better? How close do you
Like
have?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
We need a better microphone. So, some of the questions have been answered already, but we already have almost $41 million worth of debt. What's the debt service on that per year?
Could you repeat what you said?
So I was told the
Principal is 1.1 million.
Sorry?
The principal is 1.1 million.
Just to carry that debt, right? Okay, so what's the total assessed valuation in the town?
You want the average assessed value or
Well,
the net valuation?
Per $100,000 of assessed valuation, so what's the total assessed valuation of all of the properties in Hillside? That would be spread across them, I assume.
She
Unless
asked
we
what
have a
is the
different
total
rate.
assessed value of the property. She's trying to calculate with the debt that we currently have. She has established with the CFO that we have approximately $1.8 million of debt service annually. Did I have that correct, Mr. Jones? And she's trying to calculate again that $1.8 million that we pay for the debt that we borrow in a year.
Assessed value is about 125,000.
That's the average assessed value. I'm talking about the total value, total assessed valuation for the town.
I need that,
You need my sheets back?
yes. Send me a copy.
Well, actually, you should have that number. So if you know what that is, then you should know what it costs. And not just the residents, but also the businesses in town. Because that is the other person who's up there. Businesses certainly aren't going to
You
come into the town.
gotta talk up a little bit louder, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll just talk like
That's better.
businesses aren't going to come to our town unless it can be a reasonable amount of tax. So even if somebody buys a building, not for just a general public library or anything else. So whoever your attorney is needs to go back and dig into that information and find out what the agreement was, and that's what that you got to follow. So please have somebody do that for the next.
To the municipality. You have to read. You said you can't hear me? No. Y'all answered. She said, when the municipality receives property, we need to always be mindful to review expressing that to see if it's allowed. That's what she said.
Thank you. That's exactly right. So do we have anything yet on that number?
Thank you.
You don't have a number.
The equalized valuation of real property in the township of Hillside, the most recent numbers are 2022. That is $2 billion.
Okay, $2,918,210,918,210,235.
$255.
I can't do that in my head. I will. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments?
Hold on. You already oh, get some close. Alright. You got a screen now.
Raven Watson, 830 Jerome Avenue. I came a little late, but I want to thank all those who voted yes for the library, because when I moved here, I want to address the audience got just here. But I want to thank you all. Whoever voted yes, thank you, because a library is very essential to communities. I don't know all the backdrop with the sinkhole, but a library is very essential. And it's not going to just be a library, it's going to be a multi-purpose building. In addition to, we don't have anything new. Everybody around us are getting new things. If you go right up the street in Union, they have a nice complex. Thank you. And like I said, 20 years ago, they tore that building down for it to be a library. So it's good that 20 years plus now, it's coming to fruition. So thank you all who voted yes. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, get a motion to close public comments.
First, I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I hope that you guys can hear me. And I don't mean hear as in volume, I mean hear as in hear. The vote was not for or against the library. That is not what the vote was about. The vote was about removing authorization of an existing order to repeal it, and to instead use that authorization to bond for money for the library. It was not a for the library or against the library vote. And that's my frustration. That's my biggest frustration. The lack of understanding of what is actually happening as opposed to what you're being told. We all supported the library in 2018, in 2019. There were no challenges there were no challenges, there were no obstacles, and there weren't any this year either. Because this was not about voting for or against the library. This was about moving the authorization of an existing ordinance that was created to fund a sinkhole. So that we're all clear, that's what the vote was about. They keep saying it's the state's obligation to fix it. No, it's not. They keep saying things about the roadways, years and years of disrepair, and nobody did anything about it. Ramsey Avenue and Burnett Place, they did construction on it either in 2015, she was on the council the first time. There was a project done on Burnett Avenue because of a sinkhole. So part of the problem is we are intentionally given inaccurate information. And we come here, we choose a side. We are all failing Hillside. Yes, you are. But we're failing Hillside because we don't have accurate information. And when somebody tries to give it to us, we don't want to hear it. Because we hold it so tightly to our side. We all live here. We all pay taxes here. I agree we don't have anything. But let's build for purpose, not just for the sake of the library. You don't have to take something from here to put it over there. You wouldn't do it if it was your kids. You would tell one kid no, tell the other kid yes, but I got to take it from you to give it to you. So why do we keep doing it? As far as the person who said something, but drive over to Chestnut Avenue. And I want y'all to turn and go toward Ramsey Avenue. And I want you to talk to the businesses that had to relocate in order to continue to feed their families. Do that for me. Because there are businesses that couldn't operate because of that sinkhole. And when I asked for information I got about the sinkhole, I got from an Elizabethtown. It's 3 blocks from my house. But I didn't get a phone call, and I'm on the council. You sent my son to babysit the gas hole. So no, you can't tell me anything about the specifics of that sinkhole in this township. My son was the fireman you sent. Mine. And you knew about the hole the year before, and you hid a document from us. And the document came out after the hole opened up, and after a second and third one, and after Union Beverage talked about how many holes were on their property that the township was aware of. We can't. I don't have to go to the website, and I shouldn't have to go to the website. But that's the problem. You justify inaccurate and incorrect behaviors because you don't like the truth. But we're all supposed to communicate effectively with each other. Not 1 or 2 people having the ability to go and get information about stuff and then sending it to the rest of us, and we're scrambling before council meetings trying to make sure that we know ahead.
Thank you, Council President. First and foremost, thank you all for coming out tonight. We always looking to work together, but every day is not always going to be kumbaya. But my question is, I emailed the letter that I received from the Home Music Festival. Right? Where is it? It's not in the packet. Where's the letter that was from this township it should be added into the packet. There should be no reason for removal. It's not a vote,
I'm going to
it's just a
repeat.
letter.
I'll repeat again. I did not have an opportunity to review that letter. I just received that letter prior to coming in here. I didn't get a chance to review that. We're doing public comments.
And this is a public comment.
Okay, that's your
Y'all send over a letter that was sent to me as a councilwoman. It should be read into the record. That's all I'm saying.
And I needed the opportunity to review it. It's just that simple. It's not like that letter's not never going to get read. Tonight I didn't get an opportunity to read it.
But it's just not for you to read, it's for the public to know.
Exactly, but I need to review it before anything gets out here to the council or to the public.
I don't think you understand your position, Council President. Okay. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the clerk office, and this is for my public comment. What are we doing about full-time clerks since we have a part-time clerk? That was the other one, and that's pretty much it.
Councilwoman now.
Mine are short and brief. Thank you for coming out tonight. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Councilman first.
I thank you all for coming out, and I appreciate the comments that were made here tonight. When I think about the macro picture, about what's happening in Hillside, there's a couple things that can plan for the future. These sinkholes are an issue, there's no doubt about that. There could be other sinkholes, there could be other capital projects all over Hillside. Hillside is our home, all of us. And your home needs maintenance, ongoing. And that's something that we have to keep in mind when we make these decisions. We want to make sure that the streets are safe, that the grass is cut properly, that we need to fix capital projects. How is the taxpayer gonna bear all those costs over the next 10 years? It is almost impossible. It is almost impossible. So to me, when we look at the big picture of Hillside, it's how do we solve the tax problem? We need businesses to come to Hillside. And we say, for the past 30 years we've been saying, as far as I know, I've only lived here 15, but everyone says we need to bring businesses to Hillside. It's not happening. So the question is, why is it not happening? We're lucky tonight we have a business owner here who wants to bring his business to Hillside. We need to be helping that person. We need to make sure that that business can thrive in Hillside. One of the things that I believe we need to do, and why the library is important, more so than the pool right now, and that may be an unpopular opinion, is because when people look at Hillside and see development going in the last 30 years, it's a problem. It needs help. It starts with people getting permits quickly. It starts with people having an easy time with the building department. All these things can be improved because we can always improve. And if Hillside and the other capital projects. But without business overcoming, I do try when I go out there, and I'm sort of learning this as I go. I take pictures, I try to text as many people as are interested. I have chat groups for people that want to know about different projects that I can try to help with. It's a great way to get the input and feel the pulse of the taxpayers and the people that are really invested here. So I'm happy to add anyone to that list if you want. It's a great pleasure to do it. There's a lot of good feedback, a lot of great questions, and people are genuinely excited to be here and see good things happen. And I think everyone here is as well. So thank you very much, and have a good night.
Councilman Jordan.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out. I'm big on making little statements like, if you know better, you'll do better. There's a lot of anger in the room. A lot of people are saying things. I heard a comment that was not appropriate tonight. But again, I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I'm straight to the point. Thank you for coming out. And again, we'll never come together if we're bitter and angry and have all this animosity against each other. My grandmother always told me, if you don't like it, change it. If I hate the city of Hillside that bad, I'll move. Amen. Go to Cranford, go to Elizabeth, because as long as that animosity stays here, we'll never change.
This past week, so I got into a meeting and I got information and I made sure that the information got out to the rest of the council body. So, we complain we don't have information, and we go our way to get the information and give it to the council body, we're still not happy. So we really need to work together, we need to come together. We are working hard, and I do believe this project is going to get done. I do believe we need new businesses. We are working very hard, and as long as we continue to work together and we practice what we preach, I think we'll get there. Thank you.
We thank everybody for coming out tonight. We particularly thank Councilman Firstein and Councilman Joyner, who, when we had our last meeting, they had questions about the library, the funding, the sinkhole. And so what they did before this meeting tonight is they sought out the CFO, the business administrator, the township attorney, whatever resources they had, the township engineer,
to get their questions answered. See, our work as council people start prior to these meetings. We're not elected to come up here to say no, just to be saying no. If you have a question about something, you have a reluctance or resistance to vote for something, get your answers as to, so we can clear it up, so we can move the township forward. This town is so accustomed to the council fighting the mayor. Tonight wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight. Councilwoman High is right. Councilwoman High has a legitimate reasons about the sinkhole. We're not ignoring the sinkhole. My understanding of the sinkhole is going to happen like that. This township of Hillside, every council throughout the state, they're not going to be 100% all the time. Get that notion out of your mind that doesn't happen anywhere. The vote tonight was close. We're still looking forward to the council members that voted no. That's what we want to do. We don't want council members saying no, just to be saying no, because they can maybe, and I'm not accusing anybody of this, because they can put that on their literature 2 years from now for their own political aspirations. We're not looking to do that. We're looking to move this township forward now. Now. So again, I thank the council members for their dedication. If there's questions and concerns, some of these things we can get answered prior to the council meetings. So again, thank everybody for coming out. We appreciate your input. Everybody get home safe. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion. Second. All in favor? Aye.